Hello. I'm coming on here live with my breakout. Haven't had a breakout in what seems like forever, but this is very long, very overdue update and a very overdue pregnancy update. I had a sit down video planned, but I accidentally deleted it from my SD card and I didn't want to like sit down and redo it because I'm running out of time. But I'm actually trying to now come to you guys with some live, well, not live, but like pregnancy updates for the remainder of this pregnancy. And I know that on my Instagram, I showed how I was in the hospital 2 weeks ago. So now, 2 weeks ago, I was in the hospital and I showed that on my Instagram. And talked about how it was my blood sugars and different things were out of control. And so what had happened was I was checking my blood sugars and my fasting blood sugars. If you guys are new to my channel or anything like that and you're clicking on this, I do have gestational diabetes. And so I couldn't get my fasting levels under control. So I ended up uh, reaching out to my doctor saying, hey, I'm reaching these levels. They're not coming down. They're going all over the place. Like, what do you want me to do? And they wanted me to come in immediately. Hello. Oh my gosh. We need to chat after. It's been so long, girl. So yeah, they wanted to check my levels. They wanted me to come in. They also wanted to make sure I wasn't crossing into the realm of preeclampsia because I was really feeling like when your blood sugar spikes and stuff, at least for me, it was like I could feel my blood pressure. I could feel my heart rate and different things just like beating out of my chest. Like it was really out of control. So I went and I had to be evaluated. I ended up coming out of there with them telling me my blood pressure was perfect, which was good. But I needed to follow up with the diabetic doctor because it definitely was concerning how high my levels were going. Um, Also, I just want to say when it comes to the Italian healthcare system and the way that things have worked with this pregnancy, I was very impressed with this like sort of emergency situation. Good morning. Um I felt like in the States, I can't remember what happened, but one time in the States, I had to go to the ER. It wasn't pregnancy related, but because I was pregnant and so far along, they like make you still go to labor and delivery and get checked out. And they put those things on your stomach to just monitor the baby and contractions. They did that here at the Italian hospital, but I felt like they took it like they took it a step further where I thought I was being discharged because it was like your blood pressure's great, blood sugar's okay right now. No contractions. Baby's heart rate was good. No, they have you full on go with the doctor. She did a ultrasound checking baby, once again looking at baby's heart, looking at different things. They even did an internal ultrasound to check my cervix, check my dilation, like everything to the T. So I was very impressed. I felt very confident leaving there that she was like, everything looks great with baby and everything, just you need to get checked out for your gestational diabetes. So I ended up having to go to the gestational diabetes doctor where we made it. We almost made it the whole pregnancy, being able to just watch everything by diet. And they have now put me on insulin. So I've been on insulin for a week. No, I've been on insulin now for 2 weeks because I had an appointment today that was a follow up to see how the insulin was going with my body. And I'm happy to report that the insulin is taking and my levels are a lot better. The only thing is now with my insulin, we're just having to watch. Sorry, guys, it's kind of shaky. We're just having to watch that it has had a couple times of it sending me into hypoglycemia where my levels have been too low. And I just drink a glass of juice and stuff, and normally I'm fine. So that's been overall, it's been good. It's been okay. I can't believe. So I am about to be 33 weeks pregnant. And I can't believe that literally next month is my last month being pregnant or my last full month being pregnant. I am having a ton, the last 2 days, I've had a ton of contractions, like ton of Braxton Hicks and things. Yes, so close. The baby has definitely moved into position. He was already in position since before 20 weeks, which they were kind of shocked at. He was already low in the pelvis, turned. He is still head down. But now, instead of him laying, he used to lay like on this side of me. Now he's full on, like I can tell he's just like the vertical, or his feet are here, head is down there, and he's like straight. So that's how he lays on me now. Also, obviously, you guys can see, here's the baby bump. Here's what we're working with. Uh, Overall, when it comes to weight gain, I've had questions that I'm going to try to remember and answer. Like I said, I'll have a better sit down video and stuff for you guys moving forward for my pregnancy updates for me to look back on. But I just know that I've been getting a lot of questions, and especially people wanting to know how I was doing after they saw I had to go to the hospital. Um, so I've had questions. How is it being pregnant after having had the skin removal or the mini tummy tuck? It's been super painful. He pushes on my scar and my nerves where they did the skin removal. So a lot of times I get these zingers or like this excruciating pain because he's literally pushing me from the inside out on where they've obviously stitched me and um, done that. So that's something that I've had for quite a while. The doctor could actually see it in the ultrasound. I told her about that pain and I couldn't tell if it was just really extreme round ligament pain or if it was something else. And she looked on the ultrasound and she could tell. She was like, I can literally see where they have your scar and your scar tissue and stuff. And he was straight up just like pushing right on it. And she said she could see my uterus and different things and stuff pushing on it. So she was like, unfortunately, that's just going to be a pain that you're going to have. And I've had it since I was about 20 weeks. And obviously, baby's just getting bigger. I'm getting bigger. So it's just getting more and more painful. But we're handling it. My nausea, we know, finally went away. Thank the Lord, towards the end of my second trimester. So I've been feeling good that way. My sleep is a disaster right now. Like, I don't get good sleep. I'm not comfortable. There's no position that's comfortable. It's weird because with Orion, I didn't feel this uncomfortable until the very end, but I think it's because after all the weight loss and everything, I had all that excess skin and everything still to give him room. So like even though I was stretching out, it was like I wasn't pushed to my limits. Whereas like obviously to get pregnant after having a mini tummy tuck, it's like I feel what people are talking about now where you're like, I feel like I have no more room. Like it's just like I feel like I'm literally being pushed to the limit. But it's also cool because this pregnancy I've been able to see him move and do different things more than when I was pregnant with Orion, because obviously I had all those extra layers of like the skin and the fat and stuff, and I don't in this one. So that's been pretty cool, including even the line. The line that you get in pregnancy, I didn't get that with Orion because I think just all the excess skin and everything, and I have it in this one. Um, I will have more appointments coming up, including they make you see an appointment with the anesthesiologist. So here in Italy, you actually have to have an appointment with the anesthesiologist and they'll go over epidural. You have to do a blood work, everything. It's more intense than in the States where you're just like, I want an epidural, they give it to you. You actually have to go through this appointment with the doctor, talk about options, him check your blood work, him or her, make sure you can even have an epidural, make sure that you're even a good candidate, talk about all those options. And then if you go through it, then they know that if you ask for it when you're in labor, you've like been approved to do it. So that's something that's a little bit different than in the States. Trying to think of some other questions. People asked if I was going to do a home birth. Obviously, I'm not going to do a home birth. Things are changing here now in Italy. We're finally have freedom as of this last week where we can have up to, so it could be me and 9 other people together. You can, so like that's considered not to have a gathering of 10 people or less. We're hopeful that birth is going to look maybe then a little bit different, but I'm definitely going to be going to the hospital because I'm considered high risk with just the gestational diabetes and everything, that I just would not risk it to be at home and do a home birth. It's not that serious to me. If Sean couldn't be there with me, I would rather know that I can be taken care of and the baby can be taken care of should any emergency arise versus having my husband there. And I know that might sound harsh, but and I don't know if this is maybe just with being a military thing, maybe even just being a military wife, that just sometimes we have hard times in our lives and decisions where our spouses can't be there. And so this is just one of those that, like, if heaven forbid he couldn't be there, like, you just got to suck it up. The same as I would suck it up with deployments and things. Which, speaking of which, obviously will not say dates, not say anything like that, but we did get the information that Sean will be deploying. I will be a single mom of a newborn and a toddler. Sean will be able to be at the birth. I will say that. So, I basically will give birth, and as of right now, Sean can be there for, yeah, I'm like, we all know those feelings, just, it is what it is. But yeah, so baby, he can be there for the birth, and then he, as of right now, he can only be there for up to 2 hours after the birth during the skin to skin time, and then he would have to leave, and he cannot come back until I'm being discharged from the hospital. Those are the rules as of right now. We're hoping that things can be a little bit more lenient. Yay! I am so happy for you. I know that that's such a long time. Like, Sean was gone. It hasn't even been a year. Where has it? What are we in? You know, with this quarantine and stuff, you're like, what day is it? What month is it? What are we in, May? No, yes, he has. Okay, so Sean's been back now for a little over a year, but if not before that, I mean, he was gone for 13 months, so I totally get you. And then now he's leaving again. But anyways, so don't know where it's at with that. This pregnancy brain in this pregnancy has been unreal. And some of it is also with the blood sugar. So I did see, and I will really go through it. When my blood sugar tanks and I start going into the hypoglycemia, I'm like, barely know my own name. Like, I'm very woozy, can't think straight. And it's just like, I feel like that on top of regular pregnancy brain is also just out of control. So that has just been a thing. Oh, wait, that's what it is. Back up. So people have asked how much, what has been going on in terms of still with body, the pregnancy, especially after, like I said, having the mini tummy tuck and everything like that. So as of now, being 33 weeks pregnant, I have gained a total of 6.6 pounds as of my last appointment. So I will have another one. I have a feeling I've gained a little bit more just because my stomach, how heavy I feel. But as of now, my total weight gain in this pregnancy has only been 6.6 pounds. It is not because I lost a lot of weight being sick in the beginning. I actually didn't lose any weight with being sick, which was annoying almost. So it's not like I lost and then that's a plus, I gained stuff back and then that's the plus. Like, literally this entire pregnancy, I've just gained 6.6 pounds, which I'm like, please tell that to my jeans. Please tell that to some of my tops, because things to me do not, especially my jeans, do not fit. They didn't fit me from, I felt like, being just even 12 weeks pregnant. So it's insane to me, I feel like, to see only 6.6 pounds and, like I said, things not fit the same way. But I think my body has also changed differently in this one, where the weight distribution, my hips are definitely wider in this pregnancy, I feel like, than with Orion and stuff. So it's just been interesting. This whole experience, this whole body, this whole pregnancy has just been definitely a journey. We thought we were going to be done with kids because we thought it was a girl, as you guys know, for so long. We decided to keep the door open for now, but I honestly can say right now in my heart that I can't fathom anytime soon having a third child, just with how rough this pregnancy has been. A lot of factors, just with especially military and being overseas. I tell people that I think if we were stateside, and I think if we knew we were going to be stateside for forever, maybe it'd be different. But being overseas, not really knowing, like, you're kind of in the unknown, you have to think to yourself, being a single mom, because you're going to be a single mom X amount of times of the year, maybe every year, like, depending on what your spouse does. And so for me, it's like, how many kids do I feel like I can actually handle as a single mom right now, being overseas, not having family, not having some of that sort of help? I'm like, I think 2 is good right now, and we're gonna have to see even how that is. I feel like just 2 and even a dog is stressful. Hello, let alone adding on if I had like 2 babies and a toddler and a dog and my husband in and out, and even when he's here his schedule changes so often, like it's too much. So I just can't even fathom right now, but we are not completely closing the door in terms of Sean going and getting snipped, because we might end up going for that third and seeing hello if we're gonna have a girl. But if the Lord blesses us with 3 boys, then 3 boys it is. But we will never be having more than 3 kids. Let me tell y'all that right now. Never. I think pretty much I'm just trying to give basically my 31 and 32 week update. That's basically been the major things I would say going on. Is just like I said, lack of sleep. I'm now on insulin. But like I said, baby and stuff's doing good. They said the insulin's taking. I got this surge of energy in the last few days, and I don't know if that's just from being granted freedom with the lockdown or what, that I've had just this like energy about me. It's probably because I have freedom, but it's been really nice. So I've had some energy. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Hub's bringing me food. And yeah. That's been pretty much it. Like I said, a lot of things in life that I would say are outside of pregnancy have happened during this pregnancy. And that's probably kind of why I'm also trying to document some of this, because between getting pregnant, being pregnant in a pandemic, being pregnant in a pandemic in one of the hot zones in the beginning, for it being Italy, like I said, the lockdown, Orion had his first major, as you guys saw if you watched that vlog, first major injury. We had a sick dog. Like, just a lot of outside stuff has also happened. Like I said, deployments, changes of schedules. It's been a pretty crazy, rough pregnancy. And then with everything else, it's just been wild. But I'm excited for the baby snuggles to come soon. I did pack baby's hospital bag, so I will be making that video very soon on what's in baby's hospital bag. I will also be finishing packing my hospital bag and showing you guys my ultimate goal, especially since things have changed with us, not knowing, like possibly he's going to be able to be there with me, possibly not, is I'm trying to pack as minimal as possible. I am literally packing in my hospital bags, especially as a second time mom, what I know I will touch. Like, I want every single item that I'm packing that I will use. I literally want to be able to do the update and say everything I packed I used. I didn't overpack or anything. So very, very minimal. You guys will see in terms of the bags that I'm taking. And yet at the same time, we have to pack a lot because here in Italy, they do not provide a lot like they do in the States. Like with Orion, they basically told you come to the hospital and don't worry about anything. Even for us women for postpartum and stuff, they said don't worry about it. Hello. Whereas here, they basically provide, I believe they might have I believe they might have diapers. And that's basically about it that you can expect for the babies. And then when it comes to women, it's like, I mean, if you needed particular pain medication, kind of, but it's not, like I said, it's just not the same as the States where they're not providing you with the peri bottle and the Tux and all of that kind of stuff like that. So I've had to pack a lot more, make sure I have certain things in this one. But like I said, I'm trying to make it very efficient and very realistic. I'm not trying to be a diva at the hospital when it comes to having cutesy outfits for myself. I know that when I had Orion, I found myself just in a nursing bra and a robe the whole time. So yeah, we'll get to that when it comes to the videos. I am 8.5 months. So yeah, thank you guys who tuned in. That's the update for, like I said, those couple weeks of pregnancy. And then I will have, like I said, a better sit down updates of pregnancy to come. I'm going to try to get these videos out every 2 weeks. I'm thinking is kind of more realistic. I don't know about anybody else, but I hate seeing weekly updates because a lot of times things don't change. But yeah, so I'll have those videos out for you guys. Any of you guys that end up tuning in right now, just go back, look at it from the beginning for the updates in terms of I saw that with symptoms and everything and what's going on. And if you have any questions that you would like me to answer in general about pregnancy in Italy, baby, any of that, you can leave it down below. And love you guys, and ciao, ciao.